So let's begin. I wanted to do a bit of a reflection on children's emotions and just do a quick chat about that. My computer's been having some issues, so I hope it can handle this. Yeah, let's just pray that it's going to record, okay? I posted an Instagram like a story about something that happened, and I think it's a very valuable situation because a lot of parents experience this, and it's all about showing our kids how to regulate their own emotions. And a lot of this, and when we're in this work, we know that comes from doing this work, and it starts with the mindset, right? We have to be able to understand how to regulate our own emotions to be able to teach our kids how to regulate theirs, because they are not born how to do that. So with this, I wanted to share a bit of the backstory of the situation that happened. It was just this little guy and my oldest son. We were out for a walk. I'll link up I've linked up the Instagram post that I'm referring to in the 2% Club on WhatsApp, so just go back there if you're wondering, or just follow me at Chelsea Dinner on Instagram and you can kind of see more of the backstory. I won't get into the full details here, but basically turned into a 20-minute meltdown or 20 minutes of us working through a meltdown. Because my child wanted something, and there was just so much to it. The tone, the way he was asking was just not okay with me, because I have set that standard. And the reflection that I got out of it, though, and I know this is so important for so many other moms and parents, is you have to see the lesson and learnings from what your child is here to teach you. Don't come into the situation, because this was me up until yesterday, thought I knew everything. No one could teach me anything. And when it came to having my own children, I'll let them eat those currants. It comes down to your children have so much to teach you here, and you have so much learning to still do. We are in this life, and our spirit chose this body for a reason, and it also chose the children that we were going to have, and the children that we maybe didn't have but were here some way or another. It all was for a specific reason. It was all here to teach us something. And so if you go through life with that same mindset that I had, that no one can teach me anything, and thinking my kids have nothing to teach me because they have not experienced anything, that doesn't matter. So it's like, let go of that belief or that mindset that you once had about those things, and be able to move forward be open, take it all in, allow your kids to teach you something, and actually sit in that reflection of something that has happened and that you were able to, what were you able to take away from it? So in this situation that I'm referring to, is there's so much that I get to take away from this. I get to take away from this. Not I had to do that, not I have to, whatever. I'm not here to fix my child. I'm not here to do anything other than just model the behavior that I am here to show my child. So that is honestly the biggest reflection I'm taking away from this is I've done a very poor job at reflecting how to handle emotions because I've never been very good at it. But that is where this work has come in and shown me how to handle my own emotions, how to teach me how to respond to situations and not react. And now I get to share that on a deeper level with my kids as they grow, because they're going to learn different things at different stages and ages in life. And it is to the point now that I've understood. Up until this point, I have done a very poor job at modeling that kind of behavior for my oldest son. And it's not to sit in the blame and the frustration that I did a terrible job, I'm a horrible mom, because you can sit and stay there. But it's about what can you do in this moment to move yourself forward. And that is exactly what this work is about, is we're not here to sit in the past. We're not here to stay stuck. We're here to move forward and take what we're learning. Can you grab a student, buddy, or give him a toy? The joys of working when kids are home. What am I doing? Oh yeah. Just being in that moment that you need to move forward if you're going to do anything. Okay, you're okay. So forget. Hold on to it. Yeah. So forget about what it is that's situation. Welcome to my crazy home with crazy kids. Anyways, so forget about what happened in the situation or what it was that made you frustrated or thank you. Go and work on your letters. And just move forward. Like, what can I do? What did I learn from this situation? And how is this going to move me forward? So for me, it's actually like sitting in reflection mode of this and what it's going to do and how it's going to move me forward. No, thank you. Can you work on your letters, please? No, it's not yours. Work on your letters, please, and then mommy will be done and we can do something else. No, it's not yours. Weston, stop. So sitting in reflection is what helps me and understanding how we can take. Okay, go upstairs, please. Go, no. Go upstairs. I want to watch your show. There is just so much in experiencing a situation and then what are you going to do about that, because that was given to you for a reason and that was given to you for something that you were meant to take away from that. So what are you going to do with that situation and being able to then move forward and take that and use it, because it was given to you for a reason and you have to know that it was given to you for a reason and you have to then take it forward and actually put it into practice. So what about that situation either triggered you or made you frustrated, or what did you take away from it? What is the learning or the growth that was that in that experience? And in motherhood, we literally get these experiences every single day, if not multiple times a day. So it is up to you to actually do something with it. It's been given to you for a reason. Now, what are you going to do with it? That is the biggest part about it. And in this specific situation with my son, it is the fact that let go of all of the crap that I'm a horrible mother, blah, 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 all the things that were going through my mind. Like I said, go read my post, it's all there. Let go of that, release it, let go of it, don't sit in that, and move forward. So it's like, what am I taking away from this situation? So for me, it's the fact that we need to really bond. We need to have that one-on-one time. And as much as I want to just pull away, because the old me would have 100% done that if this was a friend, I would have pulled away from the friendship and we would not be talking anymore. Or I'd find an excuse of why we don't need to be whatever. Right. But it's like the new me, so much, the growth and the new things that I now do when a situation arises that is frustrating towards whatever it is, or bringing up stuff in me that I don't like about me, because that is my first son. He is very similar to me and he brings up a lot of stuff that I don't like about myself. So it is easy and like a very simple reflection to see that, and for you to just automatically avoid it because it's telling you something that you don't like about yourself, and no one wants to be pointed out their flaws, right? It's constant that we get this, especially when it's our children. And it's just reflecting on the whole situation and understanding what it is that you can take away from this and actually put that into practice, so this same situation doesn't just keep happening over and over and over again. Because if this 20-minute meltdown, if I just let that go and didn't work on anything, didn't shift any, like, it's going to happen again. It's going to happen again and again and again. And maybe it's going to happen with my other children. It's not going to be my oldest. Or maybe it's going to happen with something else or another situation that's going to be similar. So it's all in reflection. It's all understanding, and take away and actually do the growth, because it's like that saying, it's the feather that's going to hit you. So first it's maybe this small little example or situation, and then maybe it's the brick that comes and hits you. Like, the universe is giving you this situation for a reason. And I know so much of this in my own life is happening because I am a motherhood coach, right? I coach moms and other families and kids and all of that in this. So it's like my kids are giving me different experiences because it's forcing me to grow, even though I don't want to, even though it feels like very uncomfortable for me to do this kind of growth. It's teaching me for a reason. And I know if this is resonating or you're having similar experiences with you and your kids, this is exactly why they're coming up. This is exactly why you need to tune into them. As much as you want to retreat and get out of them, you need to push into them and go deeper. That is the whole reason why you're experiencing that. And you need to reflect on the situation, because that is what's going to change it for you, and that's what's going to allow it to stop occurring. Because once you've shifted something in you that is causing a situation to keep happening, then that is only going to model the behavior for your children. And that is huge when we are in this stage of motherhood, because when we can figure out what's going on with us, we get to model that behavior or set that standard of how we want something to go. And then that's ultimately going to just be flow over into our kids, because they are constantly seeing and acting the way that we act. And so we can say something to them, but they're going to act the way that we act, even though we said something different, because they are modeling the behavior that they see, right? So just ponder on that, because that was a big shift in my whole mindset journey, is understanding that my kids react the way that I react or act the way I act, right? So it's, if they don't see the behavior modeled in a certain way, they're just going to model it the way that they see it. So you get to set that standard for your family. And that is huge, because that's not only going to help them right now, it's going to be something that they take on into the future and into raising their own children if they want to have their own kids, right? So that is my message for today. So much reflecting. I'm going to do some major journaling and just reflect on this situation, because I think it is so important. And like I said, it was given to me for a reason. And I know it was not just, oh, that was cool, okay, let's move on. No, it is something that we need to work on. And I will do another one, maybe working on like more stuff we could actually do to help our children, because there's lots of things that I do in my life that my child is not really going to see me do. They're not going to see me meditating. They're not going to see me writing my affirmations. Like, it just looks like I'm writing in a book to them, right? So when your kid gets to certain ages, they can then start taking on and doing some of this stuff for themselves. So I will do maybe another kind of talk on stuff we can do to really help our child as well, and not like starting with our own work, but in the process of doing our own work, there's stuff that we could work on with our children as well. So that'll be a part 2 to this, if that's what we want to call it. But that is all I have to say. Have a wonderful day, and yeah, just keep on being you and finding yourself, because that's going to change everything for your family. So you're not only doing this work for you, you're doing it because it's affecting every single person around you, right? And that's the coolest part. But bye for now.